Hey there, YouTubers. All right, so I got a request to take a look at the BIOS for the ASROCK Z490 Phantom Gaming 4 motherboard. Now, I'm recording this with a cell phone because unfortunately I've bought 3 video capture cards over last year and they have all 3 died. So, apologize for this, but it is what it is. All right, so when you're first booting up the computer, you're hitting delete key, you go into the BIOS, you'll end up in easy mode. That's what you see here. Easy mode gives you quite a bit of information about it. If you look at the upper left, you see what type of CPU we have, this i7-10700. See how much RAM we have and which slots they're in. Down here we can change the XMP profile to auto or profile 1. Now I will say check your manufacturer's website for compatible RAM. This motherboard is probably giving me the most trouble with any of my RAM as far as it actually matching the speeds. So definitely something you should do. Of course, I bought my RAM first, you know, because that's what we have on this channel. And then I bought the motherboard. I would have to go back to the manufacturer website and actually find a higher speed RAM that would work with this. So down here, storage configuration shows you if you have stuff plugged in and where they're at. Basically, we have one M.2 plugged in here for the operating system. We can change our CPU fan setting, standard, to performance, to full speed, to silent. Now, you could go in here and flash your BIOS if you wanted to. Probably, if I haven't done the video already, I will do a video for it. And I believe I have done one for this, and I did it through Windows instead of doing it in the BIOS like I normally do. Over here, you got the boot priority, and you see all the drives that are hooked up to this. Some of them are flash drives. Fan speeds, motherboard temp. And, you know, pretty standard stuff that you see pretty much in, I'd say, just about every motherboard these days. All right, so we're going to go from this to advanced mode. Now, there's a lot of things in advanced mode that, unfortunately, I won't be able to show you because I have a lock processor. You know, if we wanted to do some stuff with a K-type processor. Some of that you'd be able to do in here. Some of it you could do in Intel's extreme tuning utility. All right, so when you first come in, it shows main, pretty much a lot of the stuff you just saw, right? So let's click on OC Tweaker. Now, a lot of motherboards, it's easy to change this block speed to something other than 100. And whatever reason, I have not figured out how to do it in this guy. But doesn't mean it can't be done. It just means I haven't figured out how to do it. So under here, we see a bunch of different things. You're able to adjust some stuff with your CPU, your RAM, or voltage. So let's look at CPU configuration. Here's what you see in here. And I'm not going to go through every one of these. I'm not an expert on all this crap. One thing I have shown in other videos is this is where you shut off the, or you can disable Intel Turbo Boost. If for whatever reason you wanted to reduce the power, you could do that here, and it definitely has an effect. Check out one of my videos or a couple of my videos where I disable Turbo Boost, and you see the effect it has on benches and Fortnite. All right, so if you're going to adjust power limits, you could do this here or inside of Intel's Extreme Tuning Utility. You'll have PL1 and PL2 in here that you can change. And right now they're set to auto. You would change that to the actual value right here. Some of these motherboards are different because they'll actually ask you enable, disable, or auto. If you click enable, then you can change the value. Right here it looks like you would just type it in. I don't know if it says if you want to go unlimited what you type. Maybe you just type unlimited. That's something to research. All right, so if we go back, let's look at Dram Configuration. So in here, I'm not sure which RAM I have in here, but you know, if you have, let's say, 3600 megahertz RAM, there will be certain selections that are 3600 or less that you'll be able to pick. Sometimes, like my 3600 RAM does not get above 3066 with this motherboard. And I doubt it's listed on the compatibility list, but all right, so I'll just scroll through this real slow, hopefully, so you guys can see it. What else is in here, in case you want to mess with the timings. Inevitably, I'll get some questions on that, but yeah, you're talking to the wrong guy. I hit the auto profile 1, and boom, we're good to go. So a lot of stuff that can be changed in here. All right, let's go check out another section here, voltage. Oops. So certain things in here you can change as well. And let's go ahead and go back, see if there's anything else in there. All right, so that's about it for the OC tweaker section. Advanced. This is got some of the same stuff. If you want to enable or disable the hyper-threading technology, you can do that here. CPU thermal throttling. I don't know why you would disable that. You know, I did a video where I was accidentally running at 100 degrees Celsius for a whole game of Fortnite. Not on this processor, but a different one. And so I would imagine if you disabled this, that is where you could head with it. All right, so that's what's in that menu. Chipset configuration. Share memory. So configure the size of memory that is allocated to the integrated graphics processor. It's set to auto. I don't know if this really does anything. Obviously, set to auto, it's going to go with what it needs to. And there's a little section with RGB in here. Storage configuration. You can go in and change these settings if you wanted to. NVMe. So now it shows 2 NVMEs where the easy mode did not. I don't know if one of these is a PCI Express expansion card, but Intel Thunderbolt support. Super I/O configuration. And I'm just, like I said, pulling these up for y'all so you can see what's in them. You may have to pause your screen in case I go too fast. If you needed to disable your USB ports, it would appear this is the spot to do it. Security device support. All right, so that's going to do it with the advanced section. You go into tools. Here's some more RGB stuff. Now, this motherboard does not have RGB lights on it. But if you had something connected to it, this is the spot you would go to change those colors around. Or if you want to go from rainbow to neon to watercolored. All right. Not going to go into that one. You have Easy Raid Installer. Okay, these are things I definitely don't want to click on. Now you can do a BIOS instant flash here, and once again another internet flash can be done there. I haven't read up on this guy, and maybe it's not a great idea to click on that, but says ASROCK Internet Flash downloads and updates the latest UEFI firmware version from our servers for you. Please set up network configuration before using Internet Flash. All right, so Windows is set up. I don't know if this is set up. Yeah, there you go. So you actually have to go in and set up your network right here. So we're not going to mess with that. All right, moving on to hardware monitor. This gives you a summary of status of all of your devices, CPU temps, motherboard temps, and I'll just scroll down some of the different voltages. All right, let's move over to security. If you needed a password on the startup, you can do that in here. And then over to boot here, you'll see a place to change your boot priority around if you so choose, or if you need to boot to USB, you can do that in here. And that's going to do it, folks. I know I kind of shot through this, and like I said, even though I spent a lot of time in BIOSes, it is one area, where knowledge, to really be knowledgeable, you have to be able to dig really deep into it, and yours truly does about the same things every time he's in a BIOS. So I just wanted to provide you all with an overview, and hopefully I did that. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.